Hey guys, what we have is a 2014 Ferrari FF, which is their only all-wheel drive car that they make. So you've got the V12 and you've got the car and you've got a munched front end. And we're not going to rebuild any of this. We don't build Ferraris. We don't fix that kind of stuff. But we do like a Ferrari motor, and the car actually all-wheel drive. Has some cool things about it that might be kind of interesting to take this out and transplant this into another truck. So, which is exactly what we're going to do. Now, we're not going to rush through and try to get this done in 6 months because that would be ridiculous. But we are going to get started on it. We've built a new fab table where we're going to set this car on it. We're slowly going to disassemble this car. We've got our wiring guy that's going to be part of it, Disassembly. We've got the two guys that will be doing most of the work on the truck. We'll be helping disassemble it. We are going to use the struts and all the suspension and everything out of this into a truck. So we will kind of be making the truck adapt to this a little bit. We'll be doing some shortening of the overall wheelbase, widening some things on the truck to kind of accommodate. So pretty cool project we're starting. And again, this is an FF. So it's got the two FF logos, and we might slip in a tiny little lowercase g right next to it for a Fat Fender Garage Ferrari. So anyways, very cool project. We're excited about it. I know it's going to be a little bit difficult getting the chassis built, but we're going to use Porterbuilt. We'll help design the chassis. Our own CAD department will draw up the rails and cross members and things we need, and then we'll make determinations on, you know, if we're going to be making the upper lower control arms, having those machined out of aluminum, or if we're going to, you know, try to use the Ferrari one. So we have to adapt that onto a frame rail. We'll be having updates as we continue the process on what it's like to take a Ferrari 2014 and marry it to a 1956 Ford big window pickup truck. You've seen the movie where it's Ford versus Ferrari and that big battle head to head. Well, we're going to kind of marry them together a little bit on a truck. And Tony's done some with Legends. He's done one with a V8 and put it in a Mustang. We're going to do something a little bit different. I don't know anyone that's done it, kept the all-wheel drive, made it work, but I think we can make it work. I know we got the guys here that know how to do it. So meticulous, yes. Difficult, yes. I mean, the steering wheel alone, if you go buy a brand new one, is going to cost you $5,000. So we're going to be very careful what we do, take it apart, save everything, make sure we can use it. But there's a lot of little things we're going to use. A lot of the push buttons inside, the tail lights, probably some of the seats, and all the little gadgets and everything. So to just kind of give you an idea of what all that stuff looks like, we'll kind of walk over here and take a quick peek. So there's some elements that we're interested in. We're interested in the seats. We're interested in the vents. We're interested in some of these carbon fiber grab handles, potentially maybe this as well. The console we're interested in. We are glad that it has the red Ferrari key, because at least we have that. So that's what we want to make this thing really go. We don't have to fight that. You can see the little FF, and then imagine a tiny little lowercase g there, just to kind of little play on words for Fat Fender Garage. Super stoked about it. Really a really cool car. Obviously they had the red key in there, and that's probably how they wrecked it. So not sure who wrecked it, but somebody wrecked it, and it's toast. But we're going to try to use all the ceramic disc brakes and everything on this. So honestly, I'll be quite frank, I don't know a lot about Ferraris. It hasn't always been my thing, although I love the cars and I think they're pretty cool. We definitely got some guys inside the shop who I'm surprised how much they know about Ferraris. And so there's definitely going to be, you know, a process of learning the wiring and how this is going to work. Luckily, our owner of this truck owns several Ferraris, and so he's a Ferrari owner and he's familiar and has good ties with the company. And so we'll be able to make this work, crossing our fingers. But at the same time, this will be sick. This will probably be one of the coolest 1956 Fords that have ever been built with Resto Mod version. So stay tuned, subscribe, follow along. You're not going to want to miss this build.